Hey guys, Chet here from Living Life with Chet. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am on the way to an event that I was asked to attend on behalf of the director of the Guyana Tourism Authority. It's the launch of, another food book, another recipe book, and something that I love, which is food and healthy eating. So I was asked to attend, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be there to see the Ministry of Health launching a food book, a recipe book called Colourful Cooking for Healthy Living. Can't get better than that. It's plain, simple words that for us to understand. Colorful cooking for healthy eating. Very, very simple there. I can't wait to see what this book entails and how we as Guyanese can start to eat better, right? We love our food, we love our local food, so I can't wait to see what the Ministry of Health is coming with when they're telling us how we can eat healthy. So that's what I'm so excited about, and I want to take you guys along with me. So let's go to the Umana Yana and attend this program.
With humble hearts and heads bowed down in thanks for each new day of toil, we kneel before thine altar, Lord. The children of Guyana soil, great is the task that thou hast given, thy will to show, thy truth to find, to teach ourselves that we are one in thy great universal mind. But not in vain we strive to build a new Guyana, great and free, a land of glory and of hope, a land of love and unity. Oh, children of Guyana, rise up and sing with happy tears, and bless the land that gives you birth, and vow to serve her through the years, and vow to serve her through the years. Thank you.
Dr. Hamilton, Ms. Penelope Harris, Dr. Wolford, all the other people who are in the audience. First of all, allow me to congratulate the department on bringing this colorful recipe book out. I think they've been working very hard at developing this book, and when they finished the draft, they sent it to me to look at, and I was going through some of the pages that they have there and wondering whether or not the Guyanese public would go out and make these things. So I had some questions, and I called them in and I was asking them, who would normally use calorie juice or something like that? They had one of their recipes. I said, from the looks of this thing, it looked like it would be very bitter. And they said, no. We'll make some for you and you'll have to try it. So they assured me that everything that is in the book would be quite wholesome, and that people would actually enjoy making it and using it. so I took their word for it. But when you work at this at home, I'm sure that you will have a very good experience. Now, why is this important? We're seeing a lot more people in Guyana with chronic non-communicable diseases. You're seeing, and that's a broad term for things like high blood pressure, things like heart disease, things like diabetes. And in fact, we probably have maybe about 30,000 persons in Guyana that are coming to our institutions for diabetes. And if one thing is to diagnose them and to work with them on their treatment, but if they're not controlled, then inevitably they'll have complications. And some of those complications would include things like kidney disease, problems with your eyes. Some people actually will go blind. Some persons would have ulcers on their legs, and they'll develop problems. And in some cases, in more extreme cases, they'll end up with an amputation. We have seen over the last couple of years where persons with diabetes would progress with these complications. And in fact, a lot of the patients that we have on dialysis now are patients who probably have diabetes. Now, a lot of these things we can prevent. And one way of preventing many of these chronic non-communicable disease is to start thinking more intelligently about what we are eating. There's an abundance of food out there, but we now have to choose what it is that we would like to eat. And it has been shown by many studies that plant-based diet is one of the best ways that we can get our nutrients. One, it's filling, but more importantly, it's nutritious. And the new science that is emerging now, it will tell you that, many years ago we learned that we're taking these vitamins and so forth that are essential to us, and the body would absorb it and use it to the benefit of our health. That is changing a little bit. And in some cases, what is being recommended is that we eat things that can help the bacteria in our gut stay healthy. Now that's I think for a lot of people who are wondering, why do we have bacteria in our gut? Bacteria are harmful things, but there are good bacteria and there are bad ones. And the good ones, we have literally billions of them that live in our body, in our gut. And that microbiota that we have there, if you have the right types, then they would be extremely beneficial to your health. Because when you take in the plant-based items, they would help to convert that into very useful nutrients that the body would need. And that's a very, very important thing. A lot of people can get sick because they have what you might term as a leaky gut. And that's because if you have too much of harmful bacteria, then your gut becomes, for want of a better word, leaky, and the bad, harmful chemicals would get into your body. And that can become very problematic to you, and it can lead to different types of disease states. We don't want that. So I think it's important that we start getting people to think how they can eat more appropriate things. And one way of starting that is to ensure you have a healthy diet. Now, apart from the book itself and the recipes that are there, I think as a country we have been consuming a lot of sugars. And we're taking these things because some people would say they got a sweet tooth, right? And they want more this sweet thing or that sweet thing. But we also see people who, when they're having lunch maybe, they'll have their, whatever they're having for lunch, and you see them with a big bottle of soft drink. And that's not healthy because the amount of sugar that is contained in these things, it is harmful for you. And we have to start getting people to think that maybe water is better than having a whole big bottle of soft drink. Some people like a whole liter. And imagine the amount of sugar that you're consuming when you do that. Now, others might think that if you use plain water, well, somehow that reflects poverty. You're poor and you can't afford maybe to buy a soft drink. But that's not it. If you use plain water, it is healthier than having soft drink. And we need to start having that conversation where people can make intelligent choices. And I think a lot of times people's behavior is driven because they don't have the information at their disposal. And so with this simple launch, we're hoping that we can start getting people to think about what they eat, to think about what they drink. We go into the supermarkets and it's probably more convenient for us to buy things on the shelf, but when we actually examine them, these things are a lot of chemicals that are harmful to your body. We pay more money for it in many instances than if you go to the market and get fresh fruits or vegetables. So we ignore what we have that is healthier, and we go and we buy these things because they look nicely packaged and we feel that this is good stuff. It's not necessarily good things that you're getting in these packages. There's something called ultra-processed foods. As Ms. Trim mentioned, a lot of foods that we get on the shelves of the supermarkets are ultra-processed foods. And they are sometimes the contributors or become some of the risk factors for things like the heart disease, the high blood pressure, and so forth that we are seeing. So if you want to stay healthy, then one of the things that you have to start doing is thinking about what you eat. And it's as simple as that. And you can change your diets in your home, what you eat in the morning, what you eat at lunch, what you eat at dinner. And if we start doing that, we can prevent a lot of these chronic diseases from happening. Even if we don't prevent them from happening, we can delay their onset. And that's extremely important. We want every Guyanese person to live a longer and a healthier life. Now, if we are going to do that, it means we have to start with the simple things, the daily things that we do, which means that we have to start eating appropriately. And then with portions, if we go in a restaurant and the people give us a little bit like this, we feel they're robbing us because we're accustomed to a whole set of rice and other things, and maybe that's not necessarily healthy. So we have to start managing our portion sizes. So one is the content of what we eat, to have proper balance in what we eat, to make sure that we are not consuming too much of these ultra-processed foods because they are harmful. We have to look at what we're drinking so that we drink things that are more appropriate to our diet, which means drinking water. Water is good. Drink lots of it. Not all these sugary things. And water is cheap. Right? You save a lot of money if you do that. So simple changes that we need to make that can help us to live longer. When we see patients in our diabetic clinics, one of the challenges that we have is to talk to them about nutrition. And if they don't change their diet, then we'll have a harder time managing their blood sugar. So again, for a whole set of people, diet is extremely important. And for everybody in this country, diet is extremely important. We need to start getting people to think about their diet and to eat intelligently. Here is the first attempt at doing that with this recipe book, and we hope that people would use some of the recipes that are there. I've had the pleasure of working with Penny many years ago when she was working with me at the Health Sector Development Unit. And we had a special project because she came across from SIMA in those days, right? And she spent quite a lot of time when we were doing the basic nutrition program. So she's been very experienced, worked many years at Carnegie, and bring that experience. So what you're seeing here is a distillation of years of experience and trying to get something that is user-friendly, people can use it, and to make sure that it works for people. So once again, I congratulate the department and everybody who had a hand in making this colorful recipe book. Make sure, however, that you use it, because it makes no sense that we have all this good information and people are not using it. I want especially people at home to go in the book, see what's there, and start using some of the recipes that are there at home, and start easing away from what we're accustomed to. We're changing our dietary pattern, and not for the better. I think in a lot of cases we're changing it for the worse. So we need to go back to some of the things that are traditional, wholesome, and keep to that, because that is going to keep us healthier. So once again, congratulations, and I formally launch the Colourful Cooking for healthy living.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, Director of Primary Healthcare Services, Dr. Ertanisa Hamilton. Thank you for your support in this venture. Director of Food Policy Division, Ms. Jillian Trim, and the staff of the Food Policy Division. This book has been our dream for many more than 2 years, right? And we have put a lot into this, and it's now a reality. Miss Penelope Harris, our culinary specialist, thank you for bringing this dream to physical reality, right? Aiding us in our exact measurements and just helping us with our creative ideas. Thank you to thank you to Dr. Bancroft and her team for the physical copies, helping us to actually be able to distribute this to our audience and to Guyana as a whole. Thank you to the management of the Carnegie School of Home Economics, Dr. Marshall. Thank you to the caterers, Ms. Rada Catering and Mrs. Kennedy, for the preparation of our tasty, delicious items today. Thank you to our Ministry of Tourism representative, Mr. Chet, and for providing our venue and for aiding in our future distribution of these items. We know that your scope is a bit wide, right? So thank you to the musicians, Mr. Ross Cambo and his band, right? Thank you to Nurse Byron for that wonderful musical rendition, right? Thank you to our other invitees, our friends. Thank you for sharing in this moment with us, right? We didn't just create a book of recipes. We created a delicious guideline for healthier living, right? Together, as we scan the QR codes and as we share these recipes, let us not just share it and give it away. Let us keep it for ourselves as well, so that we can be a part of this healthier Guyana, right? So as we separate to enjoy these delicious treats, let us be mindful that it's not just for today. It's not just an opportunity to have healthy snacks, right? It's the beginning of a healthier future, right? So everybody, as we partake, let us keep in mind that this colorful cooking for healthier guidelines is the beginning of a healthier future for all of us. Thank you.
And if you're brave enough to this pumpkin and orange. Let me try the pumpkin and orange. I haven't had this one.
Guys, pumpkin juice. Pumpkin juice. Oh wow.
Not the pumpkin by itself would be very
Would be sweet.
Yeah.
So this is pumpkin alone?
Pumpkin orange.
Orange. So a little bit
And I
more,
guess we could add
a little bit more orange, and maybe some lemon. Give it a little bit more of a less sweet taste. Yeah. That's okay.
It's sugar that you put in.
Oh, did you put in? Oh.
The sugar. That's the part that May I have a word or two? Slow down. It's because everything is so small. Like it's just, yeah, this is how it's called. I'm not finished your first part. This is chicken.
And I get a small. Yeah. I get a steak. You fish ball. Have one. Thank you. And pakora. I'm good. Thanks. Actually, let me try one.
Want some salt with it?
No. You guys, we have vegetable pakora, we have fish ball, we have whole wheat roti with curry chicken. Oh. Hey guys, so I just left the event which was hosted by the Ministry of Health. It was the launch of their recipe book called Colourful Cooking for Healthy Living. I love the name. I even love the cover so much more. Let me just show you what the cover looks like. It is filled with colorful fruits and vegetables on the page. It has the ministry logo on it, so which means this is not for sale. This is for free distribution. However, copies are limited. I was told that we are going to be getting some more copies soon, being shared around. So look out for that. But let me just talk a little bit about the event. First of all, I love the idea of having all of the fresh fruits and vegetables on display in the main table, in front of the as setting the as part of the design for the program. So that was amazing. The program was not too long, and so we were able to get to sample some of the things that were there. And of course, the Minister, Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony, was there from the Ministry of Health to give the feature remark. Now, from the start of the program all the way to the end, it was all about healthy eating, and the fact that this was one of Minister's initiative 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he came up with this idea that what can we do to encourage Guyanese to eat healthier? How can we give advice to Guyanese eating local Guyanese food, everyday food? How can we advise them on eating it in a healthier way? And that is exactly what the book is about. That is exactly what the book is going to teach you or guide you. So guide you along the way of you eating local foods in a healthy manner or a healthy amount, right? So, and it uses, based on what the program said, is that it will use local things that we have in the kitchen as measuring tool. So for example, a butter bowl that we don't that we often keep and hide away in the cupboard. Always, every Guyanese home has a butter bowl tucked away somewhere. So you have a butter bowl in your kitchen, you can use that as a measuring tool for the amount of food you should be eating. How much of a butter bowl, if it's quarter of a butter bowl rice or a half or whatever the case is, right? Once you get your book, your copy, you can read up on that and learn about it. Or using your pot spoon to measure the amount of noodles you should eat, you know, things like that. So love the idea of using local things that are in the kitchen, in a normal Guyanese kitchen, to measure out portion sizes and so on. So that will help us to better think about what we're doing, right, when we're eating, or even if we go out to a restaurant or a buffet where persons are dishing out, we can know that, oh yeah, 1 spoon should be okay. How much protein you should have, what your plate should look like. And one of our speakers today said that, you know, you should make sure that your plate looks like a rainbow, right? So always try to have your plate looking like a rainbow. So which means you must have lots of colors in your plate. So red and yellow and green and even white with your rice, or your curry color green, or whatever the case is. Always have lots of colors in your plate. So try to make your plate looking like a rainbow. All right. The other thing that was very impressive was the juices that were that we were able to sample. So we had pumpkin and orange juice mix, and then we had cherry and sorrel juice mix. We had a callaloo and orange, and I can't remember all the other ingredients, but probably celery, all the other green stuff, making the green power juice, right? So that was amazing. But yeah, thinking about all the things that we have, the local vegetables, fruits, and so on, and how we can mix them in a healthy way. All right, guys, wonderful event. Loved it. Love the idea of the cookbook. Love the idea of the recipe book, and I can't wait to start using it. So guys, good. So the other thing is, like I said, this book is not for sale. From what I could understand, this book is not going to be for sale because it has the Ministry of Health Guyana logo on it. So definitely not going to be for sale. But unlimited copies are going to be printed. However, you can definitely get your free copy online, free soft copy online. I will share the QR code in this video. All you need to do is scan the QR code and download the book. I'm also going to do the same because the copy that I have definitely will have to go over to the director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, but I will need my copy also, so I will definitely go online, scan, and get my very own copy for Colourful Cooking for healthy eating. All right, so I advise you guys to do the same. I'll drop the QR code on this video, and I encourage you to please go on and read about healthy eating and learn about how you can take care of yourself, help with your weight loss, help with your health conditions. If you're going through anything, high blood pressure, sugar, diabetes, etc., learn about how you can get that under control by using healthy ways or healthy eating, and work it out that way rather than using medications as much as possible. So guys, I'm going to drop the QR code there for you. Please use it, download your copy, and today I encourage you to become an ambassador for healthy eating. So there's so many ambassadors in Guyana now. We have tourism ambassadors, we have ambassadors for road safety, we have ambassadors for security and safety in our country. We have ambassadors for national pride. Now I would also like to encourage you to become a ambassador for healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. Healthy eating and for being and a healthy lifestyle, and for also encouraging Guyanese to be healthy and more health conscious. Guys, this is Chet. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and please follow, like, share, and subscribe. Cheers.